Wham! Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
And good Saturday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to catch our drift. Joining me in studio, Ipsy Ed Bonderenka.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good. So I hope I remember how to do everything right. I was off a week. Okay.
Never take time off.
Went to my grandson's birthday.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's good. You got to take some time off occasionally. Well, welcome to the Drift, and what we do every Saturday is go over the news that we put on thedailydrift.com. It's
It's the news you need to know.
Yeah, see, you picked it up. Okay, so plenty to do, but before we get into and discuss, because we do have Congressman Tim allegedly calling in second half of the show, let's take care of a little business. If you have some auto repair that you need done, call Smart Auto Repair. Sid is a great guy, good mechanic, and just an all-around nice guy. And you can reach him at 810-231-9655, or you can email smartauto@hotmail.com and talk to him about getting some work done if you got something done on a car. It's not worth doing yourself.
What I was impressed with, I was talking to Sid a couple days ago, and he had a customer in there ahead of me, a young lady, and she said, well, should I have this done? Should I have that done? He says, no, that will be fine. Don't worry about it right now. If it keeps doing that, and I think it'll go away, then bring it back and we'll talk about it. Now, is that pressure salesmanship, or is that a guy who's looking out for your best interest?
Yeah, it's refreshing.
That's who you want to talk to
very often. Yep. Yeah, he's an honest guy. So 810-231-9655. That's Sid out at Smart Auto Repair. Hall Road, right there in Whitmore Lake, Hamburg area.
Right off M36.
Right on
M36. So he's back off the road. You got to look for that truck on the street that points down to his shop.
Yeah. He also has towing, and he'll haul junk cars for free. So if you got an old car hanging around, he'll come get it and take it off your hands. 810-231-9655. Kentucky Derby Day. Derek, what time does the Kentucky Derby run today?
It's around 6 o'clock. I'm not sure of the exact time.
I might be able to get to the bar and watch it.
Do you have a favorite?
I haven't really paid any attention.
I don't know who's running.
I like to have a drink on Derby Day. Most of the time, I miss it. You know.
Is that it?
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a hat. Well, I do have hats, as you well know. We both wear hats.
Yes.
But nothing's fancy that I would wear like that. So, well, let's start with some good news. The economy's rocking, right?
Rocking. You know, but I'm sorry. Like Hillary said the other day, but it's not doing anything for the poor people. Oh, Biden said the same thing.
Oh, but Pelosi said the same thing, too.
Yeah, exactly. They both said it. But, you know, that's only affecting the rich people.
Yeah.
Except for all the people who got what lately?
Tax
jobs?
refunds?
Oh, tax
jobs,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I got my first tax refund in over a decade this year.
Congratulations.
And I got more money
but you're
back
incredibly wealthy, though. That's the ticket. You're incredibly wealthy.
I am far from incredibly wealthy, I can assure you. I'm one of those people barely making it.
But, you know, these people are so out of touch, they don't know anybody who's unemployed and recently employed or looking for jobs. Yeah. And look at the unemployment. What were they broadcasting? You got the facts there. Yeah,
they were saying we were supposed to have maybe 185,000 new jobs for April. 263,000 new jobs for April.
Yeah.
That's a huge.
Yeah.
We're on fire.
And this isn't some phony baloney housing balloon bubble of an economy. This is people building stuff and going back to work.
Yep. 3.6% unemployment rate. It's the lowest unemployment rate for women since 1953. 1953. Can you imagine that?
That would be 65 years ago. I know that for a fact. You know how I know it's 65 years ago?
This is your birthday?
Yeah.
Wait, women, if you don't vote for Donald Trump, there's something wrong with you. You're not using your brains because you know what? The Trump economy is working for women. It's the best Hispanic, lowest unemployment rate for Hispanics since 1969. So it's working. And even Neil Cavuto said today, say what you want. This president is doing something right. Yes, he is.
Did he offend you with his tweet? Did he get you a job?
Okay. Right? Come on. Just if you don't like Donald Trump, you don't like his tweets, whatever, he's doing what needs to be done. Deregulating, promoting best confidence in the economy in decades. It's working. So, folks, come 2020, which will be here before you know it, do what's better for you. Vote Republican, because the Democrats want to shut all this down, give your money away, raise your taxes, and have open borders. You want that?
Take you back to Obama stagnation.
That's
Biden. That's Biden. Let's face it. You go with Biden, you got Obama years again. You may think that was golden, being on unemployment and social services and getting your government cheese, and that was fine. You could sit home and watch daytime TV all the time, or maybe you'd prefer working.
Yeah. There was a guy by the name of Peter. He's the one that always wears the bow tie, talking yesterday morning, I think, on Fox News. And he was saying, touting the good economy when these figures came out. And the one thing he said, he goes, inflation is not something to worry about right now. And oddly enough, number of people filling jobs is not a problem either, because so many people are coming back off of unemployment or off of not working or looking for work. They're now coming back, that there's not a problem. There's obviously people looking for work and jobs that are going unfulfilled due to abilities, right? Well, but he said it's robust enough that people are coming back into the economy to fill these jobs, and companies are spending money on infrastructure to train these people and get them. So they're not the crap jobs of the past.
I didn't know how that worked, people coming back in, but I work with a guy, and he's been off for 13 years on disability, and he's come back to work now.
Because the money was there?
It's got to be something to do with the jobs are there, the money's there. It's just all of a sudden there's this motivation for him to come back to work.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Let's take a call from Joe in Wyandotte, wants to talk about Trump 2020. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Well, for those who don't know me well, don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter, I have to preface my remarks by saying I did not vote Trump in 2016.
You didn't?
Nope. I didn't. I left the POTUS empty.
Hey, everybody does something stupid once in a while,
I was pretty clear after the primaries and before the election where I stood. I, unlike many, can admit when I'm wrong, and thank God I was wrong about Trump, and he's turned out to be well, I won't say fantastic.
Why not?
But, well, there are still certain things that I don't agree with.
Doesn't matter.
And then I will say so when I don't. But I will stand up for him and defend him when he is wrongfully attacked on things, too. I don't like his character, for one, personally. He's a serial adulterer and, cheated many business partners or whatever. But that, like the thing about attacking the reporter's disability, baloney, false, complete manure, absolute spin. You can see videos of how he's done that gesture about many people and, other things like that.
Yeah.
Where
May
they
I say
try
something?
to attack his character. Well, if you're right, I'll agree with you. If you're wrong, I won't. But I'm fully on board for 2020. How can anyone not be unless they completely suffer Trump derangement syndrome?
I want to say something about the character issue, okay? There are a number of people who believe that Trump has become a born-again Christian since he came into office. And I got to tell you, and I said this on Facebook recently, you may have caught it, is that I was once a drug dealer, I was once an adulterer, a fornicator, and I'm not anymore. That's not me. If you knew me back then, you'd have thought, what a creep. You may think that now, but I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, and I don't think Trump is that guy anymore.
No. And I can vouch for you. You are one of the good guys.
100% agree with you, but I do agree, and I think it's important to point out that I think that transformation came later. If you'd have told me in the primary or when he first got elected, the nonsense about, God sometimes takes unperfect people and makes use of them for good purposes. But I'll accept that notion now because I do agree. I think he saw the light after that, and he has surrounded himself mostly with good people that have helped him and discovered the right side of life.
Well, that's good. All right, so you're on board for 2020. Good job, Joe.
Good to hear.
Absolutely. And again, I mean, how these. I would have been happy to say I was a never Trumper during the primary, but how can anyone claim to be a never Trumper now? What are they resisting?
A few of them, few of those never Trumpers.
Indicators are up. All the unemployment indicators are down. The economy is booming. And one issue I have with him are the trade wars things. If he would clean that up and clear that up, we would get out of. Trump has returned the economy to a good normal. We could go into an actual economic boom if he gets all that crap cleared up.
Yeah, I think we are in that boom already, but
all right,
it could get better.
Great points, Joe. I appreciate it, man.
Well, take care, my friends. God bless and love you. And I wanted to make sure people understood that I.
Shoot!
Bye, Joe.
I've
never hung up on Joe inadvertently. Oh wait, yes, I have.
Sorry, Joe. My finger slipped. Doggone it.
Nothing personal.
Anyways, boy, I don't think I've ever done that. Actually,
I did.
Did you?
On Joe.
Sorry, Derek. Call Joe back and tell him I'm sorry. Anyways, well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. I'm glad to see that he's on board for 2020. But we want to move on real quick because we got Congressman Tim coming about the deep state coup and what the Democrats are trying to do to continue this. And I want to start with the Papadopoulos track. Derek, you got that one ready? This is George Papadopoulos, who was, some people say, the beginning of the deep state coup. And he's saying it really started even before him. So you got that track? Go ahead and play it.
How do you feel personally about people like Representative Adam Schiff and Representative Swalwell and Ted Lieu and all these folks who were out there screaming like treason and collusion? I think it's a power grab. I think they're putting their own personal interests ahead of the country, and that's sad, especially from sitting members of Congress. It's sad if the media does it, but when an elected official does it, you're meant to represent the people. And if you're putting your own personal vendetta or agenda ahead of the country, when you yourself are privy to these classified documents, which obviously showed no collusion, because Bob Mueller himself said there was no collusion, yet you're going public and telling the world that Donald Trump's a Russian asset, that George Papadopoulos is a Russian asset, that his team was corrupted, that Paul Manafort was seeking to undermine U.S. democracy by... Okay, so the news came out this week, the FBI, New York Times even admitted, that the FBI sent this lady, Azra Turk?
Yeah, Azra Turk.
Which
gave Papadopoulos in thinking that she was of Turkish origin, which he struck him odd because he's written so much that was or done so much in his position that was adverse to the Turks. So he wondered where this was coming from. Yeah. And then she starts coming on to him all flirty and everything. And he says, hey, this isn't, there's something weird here.
And she worked for the FBI, like Stephen Halpern, right?
FBI isn't even supposed to work overseas, except for certain cases, like they went to investigate certain crimes at the behest of other countries, like the Khobar Towers and a few other instances. But the CIA does clandestine work overseas. That's their charter. They're not supposed to operate in the United States in the CONUS. And, the FBI has got CONUS, and that's wrong. Yeah. It's one of the many wrong things.
To me, it smacks of entrapment, right?
Yeah.
If the FBI was so worried that the Russians were trying to get in, should they not be warning all the candidates, hey, be on the lookout. You've got Russian assets trying to co-opt the election, and they may approach you. And they didn't do that. Instead, they set people in the Trump campaign up. Yeah. Set them up.
Yeah.
That's called entrapment, folks. Mm-hmm. And who in the FBI made those decisions? Or does it go beyond the FBI, DOJ, or right to the old White House?
Well, I told you about that Bill Bennett podcast. I've got a couple clips here.
Do you have that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Let's play it.
All right. Let's go with the Admiral Rogers, Joe DeGenova.
You got that one, Derek?
Michael Horowitz is the Inspector General.
That's not the one.
The Department of Justice.
That's a good one. I wanted to play that too, but there's the one that has